Hi, Mary. Hi, Stephanie. It's Glenn. And everybody else who's there. I had the great fortune of meeting Michael Mitchell 20 years ago, 1993. I received a letter from Michael just after he was finishing up graduate school. And he was studying something that I'd never even heard of before, something called econometrics. So, wow, that's pretty fancy. So I called back off the letter that he sent, and he and I had a wonderful conversation on the phone. I remember him being interested and smart and interesting and an easy person to speak with. So I invited him down for an interview. And when I met him, I went, wow, let's see, this is maybe a movie star I'm with, the most handsome man I've ever seen, with a lovely, beautiful smile that literally lit up the office when we were together. And without question, in that office, he was the smartest person and the most educated person in that office. We gave him a job. We offered a job. He accepted the job, and he became a portfolio manager running our fastest growing part of our company. He specifically was responsible for investing properly billions of dollars of our clients' assets, and he did it wonderfully, time and time again. It required attention to detail. It required great knowledge. It required being able to work with others very well. It also required being able to speak with our clients, some very sophisticated, some completely unsophisticated, and he handled all very, very well. In fact, I remember Bob Gallagher, Jeff Busby, Bill Pickering, and I all saying together, this guy's our superstar. He's unbelievable. He does everything so well. Worked with us for about 8 or 9 years, and then he decided to go and follow his dream and work for one of the largest investment banks in the world in Europe. What a lucky place for him to have landed. Sad for us to have lost him, but he was definitely following his dream. He and I met a few times in Europe, and I experienced him there sort of as king of the world. You know, this handsome, smart man working for the big company in Europe, just doing so, so well. Then I started to learn that Michael started to struggle. And I was in touch with him here and there after that, but he started to struggle. And I started to re-engage in my relationship with Michael. My goal was I was friends with him, and I enjoyed being in his company, and I wanted to be around him. I liked doing things personally with him. And then when he started to struggle, he and I re-engaged and trying to help him move into a different direction. And we were never able to quite get it there. And then as time went on, I started to experience him really as making less and less sense. And I started to feel like I was losing my friend Michael Mitchell. And here's what I remember of Michael, just as a human being. I looked at him, and he smiled, and his eyes would crinkle up, and the place would light up. He'd always want to laugh. He was always ready to laugh and chuckle and chortle after he smiled. That's what I remember of Michael Mitchell. I remember being such a sweet friend, always looking out for others, and really wanted to engage in an intimate friendship with me. And we really, really enjoyed each other's company a lot. But then we started to lose him, and we started to lose him more. And it felt like such a tragic loss to me. He no longer made sense to me, really. I was very confused. And I came to the realization, at least in my understanding of Michael, that he was going through, and he was in the midst of a terrible mental illness. And I believe that Michael Mitchell, the man I know, really wasn't the man who he was for the last number of years. And I missed him terribly. It felt like a terrible tragedy, not only to me as a friend, but also to the world because of what this person offered to the world. And so just want to say to you, Mary, and to Stephanie, how sorry I am that this occurred, how much I love Michael, what a wonderful person he is and he was, and what a tragedy that he went through what he went through. I'm sorry I can't be there here with my son at a college parents' weekend, but if I could be there, I would. And I want to make sure that you know that I love Michael. My memories of Michael are all great. I'll miss his smile. I'll miss his chuckle. And I'll miss his eyes crinkling up. And please, please celebrate his life today in my absence. I love you, Mary, and I love you, Stephanie, and I love you too, Michael.